So I suppose in regard to talking about some of the early signs, what would some of those early signs of an eating disorder be? And sort of what sort of behaviours should family members be looking out for?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We kind of separated out into roughly 3 categories of kind of those physical changes that you see, some psychological changes that change in their thinking, and kind of behavioural changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So physically, again, the most obvious is weight loss, but you know, it can be really hidden. Eating disorders are very secretive, and so certainly don't beat yourself up if you've missed that. It happens, you know, especially with school uniforms, can be quite baggy, and through the winter, and then suddenly you're taking your child to get clothes, and you're in the room, changing room, and oh my God, they've lost weight, and so not beating yourself up about that, but certainly that's an early warning sign, and sometimes the PE teachers pick up on it sooner than parents do, and that's normal too. There's other physical signs of losing their menstrual period, and again, there's some myths out there about that being normal, particularly in the sporting world, but in fact it's not normal. That actually in high performance sports now, they want women menstruating. They recognize the impact on the bones if you're not menstruating. So
that's right.
So any irregular periods, and certainly missed periods, is a warning sign, and to query about. Things like feeling faint, low energy, feeling the cold more, those sort of signs. And then kind of changes in their thinking. They're starting to get more obsessive about food and weight issues. You know, they're starting to comment on feeling fat, or and that kind of thing.
They sort of, so in regard to that, the changing in the thinking, what would a family, like what would a parent sort of, would it be a little bit more like some of the thinking about the cooking?
Yes, you're getting obsessive
about some of the online baking.
That's absolutely. Watching cooking shows, and like a lot of kids, it can be an interest, and they might have nutrition class, and but for others it becomes that little bit more obsessive, that and they want to get into the kitchen and do the baking themselves, and they try and make them a bit healthier and cut out some oils or sugar. And then secondly, they don't eat it themselves, so that's a real warning sign. They bake the muffins, but then they refuse to eat them. And that's another real sign of just cutting out certain foods. And
then sort of almost under that sort of guise of creativity or making something, and it's sort of, Yes. It's very tricky. Eating disorders can be very sneaky like that. And certainly the behavioral changes then of starting to skip meals, to say, I'm running late, I don't have time for breakfast, or I've eaten at my friends for afternoon tea already, or I'm not hungry at dinner. And so just a little red flag there, and just start to be curious about that, and maybe check that they did have afternoon tea at the friends. That's a good thing, that curiosity. Because I mean, the thing is also too with teenagers, there's that if they might sleep in, but sometimes it's that, have you actually seen them having breakfast?
Yes. Suddenly you think, wait a minute, when did I last see them having breakfast? Yes, good point.
And then it's throwing a muesli bar to them or something, and then it's like, well, then after a while they maybe look in the school bag.
Yes, looking in the school bag the odd time, cleaning out their room. If you're finding food in the bedroom and like food that's maybe been stored there for some time and going a bit rotten, or even worse still is finding bags of vomit or something, where people are hiding, sneaking that. But actually that that restrictive behavior, wanting to eat healthy, and I guess it's really easy for parents to get drawn into that this day and age. There's a lot about healthy eating out there, but I think one of the biggest messages I want to give to parents is that adolescents are different. They're not many adults, and their needs are different from adults. And so you as an adult might need to watch the amount of fat or sugar in your diet or something, but adolescents need all the fats and sugars and oils to grow. They need really all the food groups, and regular eating, which we're going to talk about a little bit later as well. But